Our top stories from Karnataka, where the city of Bidar is on the edge. On October 6th, a mob that was part of a Dussehra procession stormed into the Muhammad Gawan Madrasa and performed a puja there, apart from raising slogans inside the premises. Now, this happened on the Dussehra day. The police finally got into action after videos of the act went viral and outraged social media. 9 people have now been booked, 4 people have been arrested. MIM chief Asaduddin Owaisi hit out at the BJP government, alleging that the Saffron party is promoting such activities in the state only to demean Muslims. The Congress party has condemned the incident and has said that the police is not doing its duty. Now, built in 1460, the Muhammad Gawan Madrasa in Bidar comes under the Archaeological Survey of India. The heritage structure is also under the list of monuments of national importance. Here's how the politics has played out so far.
So we condemn these things done by these people. The government should take strict actions. The people in the state can't live on fear and tension. And continuously this government is dividing the society, BJP government is dividing the society, the people on caste basis, religion basis. And anti-social elements are getting free hands. So this government has given the state in a communal force and they're keeping quiet. The state government should take strict action and they should justice those who are pained. That is our request, or we'll fight against this.
Now it's become a habit for certain fringe elements to try and disturb the peace in the society. I mean, when there is a designated place of worship, if they actually believe in it, let them go. There is no problem. I think every religion welcomes people of all faiths. But going and doing this is a sign of mischief.
देखिए, हम पीस और उसके साथ ही साथ हार्मनी, शांति और सौहार्द हम सबकी सामूहिक रिस्पांसिबिलिटी है, जिम्मेदारी है. और कोई भी ताकत हमारे देश के सौहार्द को, हमारे देश की सहिष्णुता को, हमारे देश की संस्कृति को, हमारे देश की पीस को नुकसान न पहुंचा पाए, इसकी हमें कोशिश करनी चाहिए. और कोई भी छोटी सी भी गलती ऐसे ताकतें जो ताकतें कि देश के सौहार्द और देश की सहिष्णुता और देश की शांति को नुकसान पहुंचाने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, उनको मौका न दें.
You've heard what the politicians are saying. Now let's hear what our panelists are saying. Dr. Giridhara Upadhaya is the Karnataka BJP spokesperson. He's joining us on the broadcast. Anurag Naidu is an author. Syed Shafiullah Saheb is a JDS leader. And George Kurian is a political analyst. Syed Shafiullah Saheb, I'm going to come to you first. मुझे एक चीज समझाइए. Is it or is it not a practice every year on Vijay Dashami that some Hindus will be allowed to go into the madrasa/mosque premises and worship a tree there? This custom has continued since the days of the Nizam. And this is something that on record, the IG, the Inspector General of Police of Gulbarga, is saying as well, that for years now, Hindus have been going near the masjid and performing puja to a tree. This time there was no tree. We don't know what happened after that. Hindus going near this masjid is absolutely not new. Every Vijay Dashmi, they go there for puja. So why the hangama?
See, the hangama is because the Hindus are allowed in all the masjids, and there are so many masjid darshan programs going on in many places in Karnataka, where the masjid administration is inviting Hindus, Christians and all other faith people to come and visit masjid and have a look at it, and so that they are clear from what is going on in masjids. And in such a case, Mahmud Gawan Madrasa, which is 660 years old and which is of national importance and which is Archaeological Survey of India's property, there suddenly so many people rushing in the dead night, in the midnight, and shouting slogans of Dharma Zindabad, Hindu Dharam Zindabad and all those things, and then trying to break open the door. This is not right. This is happening only because the BJP government is in power. This is not only this, even the hijab issue or Azaan issue or the traders trading around the temples, banning the Muslim traders, and all these kind of things have started by the BJP's and RSS and Bajrang Dal people. and they should have, see, they are now the government is governed by the BJP. The BJP should govern according to constitutional provisions. The government should not leave this kind of people around and then act as if they are protecting. The government has got very good, in Karnataka we have got very good intelligence system. And the government must have this information very, very clearly that the people are going to go in the midnight and attacking the masjid.
How was the masjid attacked?
Mahmud Gawan Madrasa, which is of very historic importance.
Shafiullah Saheb, I want to ask you, how was the masjid attacked? How was the masjid attacked?
Madam, I have seen the videos. So many people rushing. Madam, that's what I am trying to tell. I have seen the videos. So many people rushing in and trying to break open the door is like attack only. Why so many people? The Muslims welcome all Hindus in masjids. What is the problem? I am the president of 3 masjids and I have welcomed. We held a Masjid Darshan program recently. Lot many Hindus came to masjid and they have praised our action.
Okay, Dr. Upadhaya.
And I don't think any Muslim will unwelcome any Hindu brother.
Okay. Dr. Upadhaya, please respond to that. What has been established now is the fact that for centuries, a practice of going near the mosque for Hindus and worshipping a tree there on the day of Dussehra has existed. And so far, there has never been any trouble. Why was that?
Not worshipping, madam. Not worshipping.
The tree is worshipped on Dussehra, right?
Mr. Shafiullah doesn't know what is happening there.
To visit during the Dussehra.
And there is a tree that is worshipped as well.
I just wanted to respond.
You are saying, madam, it's not so.
From the time of the Kakatiya dynasty during Rani Ganga Devi, that is around 1200 before Bahmani kingdom, this worship has been going on. This is an assault against the syncretic and composite culture of India. Because every year, whether Sidramaya was chief minister or whether Kumaraswamy was chief minister, every year Hindus on the day of Navaratri used to enter this area and worship the Banni tree or the Shammi tree, and there is a Lakshmi Shila also which is there, and every Muslim of Bidar knew about this. But this time what has happened is deliberately somebody has put a lock to the gate. Nobody broke the mosque. Please look into what the Superintendent of Police, Dekka Kishore Babu, has told. Nobody has broken any lock or anything. They just have opened the gate, gone inside and done the puja as they were doing from time immemorial. Absolutely no issues about creating any problem.
But why so many people rushing in the dead of the night?
Dr. Upadhyay, then clearly there is mischief. I want to ask you, whose side has this mischief come from? Has it come from the Muslim side or has it come from the side of the government or the local administration? If the puja happens, Dr. Upadhyay, if the puja happens every year like you say it does, and even the police says it does, and even people in Bidar say it does, I'm not disputing you there, but if every year puja happens on Vijay Dashami, why was the gate to the madrasa / the mosque locked?
It was locked by anti-social element to create problems. The fringe elements wanted to create problems. So a day before the puja happened, which they knew it is going to happen, somebody locked the gate and just disappeared from there. On the day of puja, deliberately 1,000 or 1,400 people gathered in the place to protest.
And police is not
Dr.
there.
Upadhyay, but this is an ASI protected monument.
Which happens every year.
Okay, but this is an ASI protected monument, Dr. Upadhyay.
ASI protected.
Yani the ASI will be the one that is locking or unlocking, and the police is the one that will be protecting it.
Every Friday, even namaz takes place in this thing, and at that time it was not locked. Suddenly it was locked within no time because they knew they wanted to create problem, and some anti-social element is trying to fish.
Mr. Upadhyay, police station is nearby and police are there and the intelligence people are there.
And if somebody has gone against the law, action will be taken against them. The government is very clear about it.
No, the 4 people have been arrested. 4 people have been arrested.
They'll
9
do an
people
investigation and they'll find out
9
whether
people
it was a breach of this thing, peace.
But you are saying the mischief has come from the Muslim side. It has not come from the Hindu side.
I did not say. No. Where did I say Muslim side? Please don't put
no
words
Muslim
into my
has
mouth.
come there.
I said anti-social element, fringe element. Please
Okay.
go look into my recording.
Yes,
I
you
never
are
said
right.
Muslim elements.
You are right, Dr. Upadhyay. You are right. I stand corrected. Don't look so angry and anguished.
No.
I stand
Because
corrected. Okay, let me get in Anurag Naidu here.
Now, Mr. Upadhyay is always angry.
No, he's not
He's
always
always
angry,
angry.
I'm sure.
Shafiullah ji, very nice to see you after a long time.
So there you go. We know you're friends. We know you're friends. You
Thanks.
just fight on
Thank you,
TV
sir.
panels. Otherwise, we know you're friends. Anurag Naidu, one of the things that the JDS leader on the panel is saying is this is part of a trend that we have seen in Karnataka for almost a year now. Whether it is hijab, whether it is halal, we've seen these polarizing events / situations come up in Karnataka, and the reason for it is that every time an election is polarized or an electorate is polarized, we know which party will win.
Look, there is a very different perspective that I would like to pick. What is polarization? It's kind of a rubber band effect, right? So if I want to polarize, I go to the market and say, hey, this is wrong. And it is also for the other party to take it and stretch it. Now, what's happening in Karnataka is exactly the same thing. You asked a very pertinent question, Shreya, and I would appreciate that. And you said, why is it for this particular Bidar incident? What exactly is the problem, or what exactly is wrong with whatever we've been discussing? And the fault here is all these years, from time immemorial, people have been going and worshipping the tree. But what happened now is we have people and the leaders like the JDS panelist himself and also Mr. Owaisi and other people who earlier never had spoken about these issues are coming up in media channels, coming up on the Twitters and trying to relate it overall and generalize the entire issue and create one kind of an atmosphere which is convenient for them. And that's where we get this sense of getting polarized. Otherwise, if you actually don't pay a lot of attention or a lot of unnecessary or unwanted heed to this, unless until there is any untoward incident that has happened. In this case, it has not. Or for any Muslim leader or any Hindu leader or any Christian leader to go out and stand, what are you going to go and represent if there's nothing wrong? And even I would also agree that there was some kind of an allegations on use of music and instigating songs being played out. And I think that's exactly why the police has acted and taken people into custody. And that's where we have to also give some kind of credit to the government of the state here, that they have been balancing out, not taking one side. They've been bipartisan, and I think it's totally fine. I mean, and there have been circulars that have been put out by the police telling that any violation of the norms of sound pollution of the songs, then that will be taken into custody. And that is what is we're seeing.
But Mr. Naidu, Mr. Naidu, and I'll bring in George Kurian here. What option does the Karnataka government have? These pictures have gone viral. On the day the incident happened, the police didn't act. And then the pictures went viral, and then people started commenting over it. Then there was outrage, and then finally we have 4 people arrested today. That is the sequence of events that has played out. Something like this, Mr. Kurian, in the first place should not have happened. As we've already discussed, this is a long-standing tradition for Hindus to go in and worship the tree. Now, some reports are saying that the tree doesn't stand there anymore, which is possibly why the gate was locked. But B, why was the gate locked? Because it will come under the protection of the ASI. Given that this is a monument that is protected, comes under the ASI, or the police, idly, given what we have seen, given that there's a large crowd coming to the mosque, one would imagine that there would be some degree of police presence here. Where were they? What were they doing? This to me looks like policing failure, intelligence failure, and policing failure more than any mischief.
Shreya, for a moment, if I have to even believe to what you have just put it across to me, the matter of the fact remains that the incident that has come to light with respect to the mosque and madrasa in Bidar is something which shouldn't have happened in the first place. But having said that, such incidents of communal violence and riots has increased over the past few years, ever since BJP has come to power in 2019. And the data also reflects that. I strongly believe that such incidents should be controlled, and this is nothing but an element to create a peace and harmony in the minds of the people and disturbing the tranquility. So such things should be avoided in the first place. And going forward, as we know that in 2023, assembly elections are due. This is nothing but an attempt is being made to create social polarization and create the tranquility and the peace.
And this ahead of elections.
An attempt to polarize the people.
Dr. Upadhyay, do you agree with that? I know you will not agree with that, but I have some research that is talking about the way Karnataka has been polarized over the last year and a half. I mean, there are situations that have been created which can only be termed as polarizing. You have Muslim vendors who've been banned from temple fairs in Karnataka. Then we have seen, right-wing groups who put up posters asking Hindu vendors to boycott halal meat. Then you had BJP's General Secretary C.T. Ravi claiming that halal food is akin to economic jihad. Then, of course, we have seen the entire hijab issue play out as well. ये तो दिख रहा है ना, what is happening one after another. And therefore, the analysis
only
or the
after
conclusion
the BJP
is...
has come to the power.
Ek minute. First Dr. Upadhyay and then we'll go to Syed Saab. Go ahead.
Whenever BJP is ruling a state and elections are very near, people will start talking about these communal issues and who is responsible for keeping that shops should not be given at a place of where there is temple during jatras. It was Congress government which brought that rule. And that was implemented by BJP. They did not bring this rule. This rule was in effect from quite some time.
But if you didn't agree with the rule, you should have not implemented it, na?
No. People of that place wanted it to be implemented. And it was implemented. What is wrong with that? A rule was implemented. A law was put into effect. Nobody chased anybody out unlawfully. As per the law, the action was taken. And that was what was followed. And people say that election comes very near. Who is responsible to create all this? The hijab controversy, which started in Udupi, our MLA there tried to diffuse it there, but somebody else wanted it to become an international issue. Who is behind that? And even this locking of this gate, in the investigation, you'll come to know who was responsible for this. There is no need for people like OVC to come into this and talk about Hindu-Muslim unity, and we know what he speaks about and what is his definition of Hindu-Muslim unity. The police will take care of the case, and if somebody is guilty, he will be punished.
Syed
The
Saab,
investigation is going on.
It's not the BJP that polarizes, is what Dr. Upadhyay is saying. For example, the hijab case, it is the girls who suddenly decided not to listen to what their school was telling them.
And they were instigated by PFI.
Madam, girls were wearing hijab on their heads and they were not putting their hijabs onto another's heads. Unnecessarily, it has been created by only the fringe elements of the BJP, and after the BJP has come to power, all this has started. Before that, we Hindus and Muslims of Karnataka are living with peace and harmony.
That's why 24 Hindus were killed.
And even today, we are living with a lot of peace and harmony. And the BJP government should not think that they have come to power only by the BJP and they are ruling BJP. They are ruling 6.5 crore people. And we, the Muslims of Karnataka, also have only one government, that is our Mr. Bomma is our CM and Arga Gnanendra is our Home Minister. They should take care of all the citizens, not only they should not sideline Muslims and Muslim issues, and they should not polarize Hindu Muslims, and they should not allow those fringe elements, what they are calling as fringe elements, whereas they are getting a lot of support by them, and they should be controlled properly and they should not be allowed to disturb the peace and harmony of the state. And Karnataka state was very famous for peace and harmony, and me as a Muslim leader, I tell you, we live with Hindus and we go to lot many mandirs together and lot many masjids together. Okay. And we always welcome in all the masjids all our Hindu brothers. And there is no differences we feel. And the government should not depend on polarizing or rule of division.
Dr. Upadhyay, Syed Saab is saying, A, if a Hindu wants to come to a mosque, A, they are most welcome. They don't need to storm a mosque premises. They are most welcome to come to any mosque they want to. B, the fact is that there is mischief that was created. Both of you are agreeing. that there was some mischief created. My point simple is this. As the BJP spokesperson, will you, Dr. Upadhyay, or not, at least agree with me when I say that this is a complete failure of law and order in the state? What else do we say?
Absolutely not. Because
why?
this is a tradition which is happening from time immemorial.
Tradition ke saath bhi there is a Dussehra procession moving. Common sense is that the police will be deployed.
It was blown out of proportion. Halla was not created in Bidar. It was created somewhere else and it became a national news. Otherwise, it is a tradition which was happening when Shafiullah's leader Kumaraswamy was chief minister.
No, but was the tradition for so many, for a mob to go there, chant Jai Shri Ram, etc.?
Means what he says.
When Mr. Kumaraswamy was chief minister, there was not a single instance like this.
He should welcome what happened on the other day. He should welcome.
See, when we were ruling the state and when my party was having the governance, not a single instance of this kind, Mr. Upadhyay.
But Syed Sahab, again, the mosque wasn't desecrated as Mr. Owaisi is saying.
Hindu activists were killed.
The mosque wasn't desecrated as Mr. Owaisi is saying. That didn't happen.
There were several governments before the BJP government has come to power.
Absolutely not.
After the BJP has come to power, then only all this has started. Mr. Upadhyay knows it very well. He is a very intelligent gentleman. He knows it very well. First he agreed saying absolutely, then he added not, which is simply he is trying to deny the fact and the truth.
He also said some fringe elements are trying to fish in troubled waters. So Dr. Upadhyay, you've also admitted that the waters in Karnataka are troubled, and you said it, it's on record.
Deliberately they are trying to create troubled waters. That's what I'm saying.
Achha.
Out of nothing, they made an issue out of nothing. What happened in
the government
Bidar?
is allowing, no, government is supporting and allowing.
From the time of Katya,
the government should put a stop.
Dynasty,
they have the intelligence
suddenly
system.
It has become an issue now. Who is responsible for making this as an issue? When it is a tradition which has been practiced from time immemorial, who is responsible for making this an issue? This is an attack on a syncretic culture of India.
George Kurian, is it
the people who have rushed into the masjid in the dead of the night?
Will Mr. Shafiullah agree in Bangalore on Karaga Day, the Karaga goes to the Dargah? Is it not against your culture then? You should stop that happening then. If you are saying that what happened on the other day in Bidar was wrong.
No, why you are so much worried, Mr. Upadhyay? Why you are so much worried? The people, Karaga people going to the masjid.
Nobody is worried.
Why you are worried so much?
I am not worried.
Yeah.
If you can agree on
why
that,
you want to put a division there also? Why Hindu-Muslim there also?
Why create problem? Don't create Hindu-Muslim problem.
See, everybody, all the Karnataka people know very well. The Karga carried by Hindu priest goes to the masjid. You also know, and I too know that. Why it is paining into your head and your stomach?
You know, okay, gentlemen, just a minute.
It should not churn your stomach, Mr. Upadhyay.
I have exactly 20 seconds left on the debate. George Kurian, I'll end with you. Is this a sign of the times we live in? The mosque wasn't desecrated, but there is a deep trust between both sides. The Muslim side clearly feels that there was mischief done, and and what happened was deliberate. The Hindu side is saying, well, look, the aim was not to desecrate the mosque. The mosque has not been desecrated.
The whole of Karnataka feels so.
Yeah. Is it a sign of the times we live in, George Kurian?
This event was instigated, and because the intent here is doubtful, and I believe that if this was a tradition which was followed for years together, the manner in which this has taken shape, which comes to light, is something which needs to be taken cognizance of. And I strongly believe that the number of incidents of communal violence and riots since BJP has come to power in 2019 has risen. It's more than 160 plus, and Shivamogga happens to take the major chunk of it, which comes, Mr. Yedurappa, the former CM, belongs to that place. So all these things are a matter of concern. And as I said earlier, we are heading towards assembly election. This is nothing but an attempt which is made to just polarize the entire thing so that, the political get the benefits out of it.
Okay. And when are the elections is a good question to ask at this point of time. Anytime before May 2023. We leave it there for the moment, gentlemen. Thank you very much for joining us from Karnataka. We are shifting our focus now